اليوماني ياكل
No.
30 minutes.
No. What about our deals
No,
yesterday?
and discuss daily. Okay, for you. But in summary, I'm ready for summary. Just summary. And all
لا ماكو
lecture for
سمر
you.
محمد.
No,
ماكو
even the
سمر.
summary. No.
اليومانيات ساكتين
No.
نسمع البقية.
So
طبيعي.
why علي why
As you like. As you
why
like.
استاذ مو البارحة صار اتفاق محمد لا هيك يسوي صينية مندي لازم لأن البارحة احنا
Okay.
اتفقنا إنه من كانوا يا
I thought he mean about
ومصطفى
the
والبقية
discuss,
يحكون.
you know. I thought he mean the discuss the question, you know, not
The
the summary.
discussion.
هو اليوم ماكو بشكل
Discussion,
عام.
sorry.
In general nothing.
Okay.
خلينا نشوف if you will not participate, so who will participate? Okay, maybe we will discover
بهاي الحالة يصير
new
استثناء.
But you
students.
know,
بهاي
Professor.
الحالة
maybe.
استثناء. بهاي
Yes.
الحالة يحكي محمد أو أنا مو مشكلة.
Okay, so
I did the summary for all the قبضين, you know, from the chapter 3 to the end. It's just two paper. Maybe I can explain it by 2 or 3 minutes after Mustafa.
That's
okay.
good. But let's listen to the
Yes.
others according to your promise.
Okay.
And then we will go back to you.
أكيد.
Yes. So who will start?
I will
May
start.
I?
Okay.
Mustafa.
Okay, Sam. Yes, Sam. Go ahead.
لا Mustafa لا أنت.
Ladies first, Sam.
Yes, agree. Totally agree.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you. I make a small summary to after the Queen by Gulliver, she ordered the carpenter to make a box and put comfortable furniture in it for Gulliver. Gulliver enjoy his life in the palace. He had dinner with the king and the queen. The king asked Gulliver about England, education, army, politics, and the farmer's daughter took a tour in Brobdingnag. Gulliver compared what he saw. It is bigger than England. And one day the queen want Gulliver to show her how he make a sail. And she ordered the carpenter to make a small boat and a container contain water, and he saw them how he is skillful in sailing.
Yes, good.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Mustafa.
Yes, thank you so much. After the greedy act from the farmer by selling Gulliver to the king, he tried kind of relief for Gulliver because he exhausted from the showing and performance for the money. So he tried to build a relationship with the king and the queen in the palace. So start to talk with the queen by body language and good behavior to get her love. Then he started to talk with the king about what mentioned about England and what they wear, how the building are there, and all of this. But the king was laughing about what Gulliver talking about is kind of disrespect for England. So then he tried to talk with him about the religious conflicts between the church and between the Protestant and Catholic, and also between the political parties at England. So it's kind of yes, and the king was feeling sorry for that and bitted on his shoulder. It's kind of sympathy, you know. Then there's a small guy there in the palace. He was making love for king or entertainment for king and the queen, but when Gulliver has arrived, he took the floor from him, so he feel kind of jealousy or something like that. So he took Gulliver and dropped it down in the bowl full with the soup or dessert at that time. Then here we find that the behavior of Gulliver is changed, because the king, when he see this act from this small guy, he asked the guards to take him into a prison and to flogging him as kind of punishment. But Gulliver didn't say no. He accepted this but when his in Lilliput, he didn't ask for punishment for the Lilliput, but here
Yes,
he's
that's right.
changed his behavior. Yes, changed his behavior and ask him to punish this guy to make him satisfied for this deed. And
Yes.
I will leave the floor to other colleague.
Okay, thank you very much, Mustafa, for
Welcome,
raising these
welcome,
important
welcome.
points. Thank you very much. Okay, so from what you have mentioned, the question is for all. Do you think that Gulliver, Jonathan Swift, used Gulliver to symbolize England and politics? Because when the king despise means disrespect, disdain. When the king disdain or disrespect or despise Gulliver, this means that he despised England, since Gulliver is talking about England, the history of England, the English people, their traditions. So he disrespects all of his speech. What does this mean? What does this symbolize? Do you think that Gulliver symbolized England in this idea, in this event?
May I?
ما أدري مسموح لنا نشارك لو لا.
خلينا ندور.
Anyone. قلت لا لا
Okay.
anyone.
لا يعني نبي نشارك، احنا ما نشارك.
لا اكو ناس ولو هسه انتم
مصطفى.
صايمين او صار لكم هوايه تاخذون محاضرات، بس اكو ناس نهائيا ما سمع صوتهم. زين، مثلا عندنا هسه اللاكي ون عبد الخالق. عبد الخالق، do you hear me؟
السلام عليكم.
السلام. عبد الخالق نايم قاعد
لا
شخبار؟
والله قاعد بس شوي يعني تدرين الصيام
نعسان
مأثر.
جوعان. اوكي.
اي والله كلش.
Okay. Let's go back to Naba.
Yes.
Or not, according to Jonathan Swift.
According to Jonathan Swift, I think Gulliver's tried to represent England in the best way that he could have known. But he kind of reflected what's the appearance of England from the outside. But the response of the king to his acting when he described England as the most he called them the most precious race of little odious vermin that nature ever suffered to crawl upon the surface of the earth. In his saying, if this tells us a thing, that is sometimes a moral people or people who think that they are more moral is looking at everyone beneath them, and no one is as good as they are, cannot see the mistakes of their life but watch carefully the mistakes of other, like a painting or a novelist. He or she puts their efforts into their works and refuse any criticism, but pointing their fingers at on the other people's work. So he presents England, but in not straightforward. The king's opinion is represented England because England in some area were looking at the whole world as beneath them, and they are the upper high level. So I think in this situation is a vice versa to England.
Yes.
From
good.
Gulliver and from the king.
Good. Thank you very much, Naba. Yes. What
Can
about
I add
the
more or?
No, let's listen to the others.
Okay.
حسنين, I think حسنين.
أستاذ أكو طلاب يقولون أخذ توافقنا نريد ندخل.
أي ماكو هاي وافقت آخر شيء جنات. ما جاك بعد. يس. عبالي تريد تشارك حسنين، كيفت قلت طلع اسم جديد.
وين أشارك هاني؟
ليش بيك؟ أوكي. Yes, let's listen to the others. What do you think of this question? Because we have more questions to talk about today. Naba, you talk. I think Ali.
Okay,
Muhammad.
Professor.
Yes, Ali.
After your permission and of Mustafa permission also.
It seems that you quarreled
Go ahead, please.
yesterday.
Go ahead.
There is a quarrel between you and Mustafa yesterday.
No, it's no. Not to quarrel.
I feel I'm
One
the
time,
president,
we
you know.
maybe
Just deal.
I feel I'm
Okay,
yes.
okay.
the
Yes,
president.
So
yes, Ali.
we because maybe some
Yes.
beggars and the diseased and the illness. Maybe he refer to England exactly.
Yes.
Yes, when he, I think they are suffering with the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's maybe a sign. For England.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ali, thank you very much. Mohammed, you want to add something for this question?
No, add what my classmate mentioned, Naba and Ali.
Okay.
But mention for something in the story, in the novel, you know, by the dialogue between, most important thing about this point, the dialogue between the king and Gulliver, you know, the king, when he hear and listen to Gulliver and make dialogue between Gulliver and Gulliver explain the political situation in England, and at the beginning the king laughed and mocked the English politician, you know. So here Swift shown us kind of satire, you know, all the novel satire and criticism of England politics, but means of the lover of the king, it's like kind of mockery, you know. At first Gulliver was upset by the king mockery, but he thinking just moment with himself and realized that there are another opinion must be respected, and another opinion can affect on his opinion, you know, affect on his
Something
point
very
of view.
important. Yes, we have to accept the other's opinion.
Can affect
Yes.
on his point of view also, change it. Yes.
Yes, good, Muhammad. Thank you very much. By the way, if you see this question, the Brobdingnagians, there is an important question you have to think of, which is the Brobdingnagians symbolize the private, personal, and physical side of humans. So they are not real. We are not talking about real people, but they are symbols used by Jonathan Swift to symbolize something private, something personal, something physical inside us as humans. When we examined up close and in great details, يعني لما نشوفهم، لما نلاحظ البروبديجناجيانز، البيهيفيرز، their traditions، راح نعرف انه they are symbols. طبعا حتى الليلابيوشنز، حتى اللاكوتيانز، حتى الياهوز، كلهم symbols. They are fictional symbols used by Swift to symbolize something. For those people, the giants, they symbolized our private and personal or physical side of a human. So can you comment about this? How this is symbolize you, inside you, something private away from other people. يعني شلون؟ يعني بينك وبين نفسك تحس انه they symbolize your private, personal, physical side. Yes.
Can I?
Sorry.
Yes, نبأ. يلا نبأ.
خلي علي بعدين أنا.
لا تفضل
لا انت لازم.
كنت فاتح السكرين يس سكرين فاتحه ما ادري بالمشاركات. العفو.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's not just us, but the private life of the prodigans represent everyone's private life. It's trying to tell us no matter how moral you are or how you have principle, but inside of you there is a flaw that cannot be noticed but when you look closer to the person's life. So when Gulliver, he lived in the palace and all the court, the servants, he saw the flaws of them, and he was disgusted from them. But that gives us an idea that everyone is like that, but maybe not everyone is good enough, to hide it.
Yes.
They were so obvious because of Gulliver's little size.
Good.
That's...
Thank you very much. So we can say that there is a giant inside every human being, okay, which is represented by the Brobdingnagians. And this is something real, by the way. It is real. We cannot refuse this idea. There is a giant. But how this giant will appear, when and where, it differs. It depends on the personality of everyone, okay? Thank you, Naba. Yes, Ali.
Yes, Professor. I think Naba said something important about the So Naba said he mentioned to the moral giant inside ourselves. Okay, we have, maybe we can have, okay, the moral utopia. Okay, this important. Yes. Maybe we will be a perfect person, maybe a perfect in some degree, and I don't know what the size, but we can reach that, okay, in a simple thing.
That's right. Yes, we can reach to the perfection. Yes, good. Yes.
So he mentioned maybe the charity, the liberty, the everything that the human nature, the moral side, or the moral. I don't know what the word, but I think it's okay now. Yes.
Yeah, it's clear. Yes, thank you very much, Ali. Good and a nice point. Yes, Muhammad.
Yes, Professor. About the giant body of Brobdingnagian, it's in many lines. Many like plus, as Naba mentioned, their body appear ugly for Gulliver because they are too big for Gulliver. That's remind us, like when we see in the mirror pimples in our face. When we see the big pimples in our face, we see it's ugly. So all the flaws on their body was too ugly because too big focus on this. That.
Yes, good. Thank you very much. Very good. Yes. Any other ones? Yes, Mustafa. Yes.
According to Muhammad mentioned about the size, it's kind of Swift show us that if we look for something and see it is beautiful, but when we magnify it and see it closely, we will find the many of what kind of mistakes or errors or something not good. So it's really important to for this point.
Yes, very good, Mustafa. And this is mentioned, by the way. It symbolizes the private, personal, physical side of a human when we examine it close and in great details. يعني لما واحد يقعد ويا نفسه for other humans, not only with himself, if you examine this person very close with the great details, you will see that there is a giant inside. But I like the expression used by Ali, moral giant, maybe. So not only in the negative way, but also this term is used positively. Okay. Yes, thank you very much. I like your ideas. It's very nice. Now we have another question. If you don't have any question about this, we have another question, which is very important.
I have a question.
What happens to Gulliver? And yes, Mustafa, Muhammad, yes.
Sorry, Professor. I asked you in the last lecture about why Swift described Probdigning, a giant, and Lilliputian as tiny, and both of them have a mistake, you know.
Yes.
But
Yes.
okay, why? You know, have
You
also
mean
have a mistake.
why he sometimes he used the Lilliputian as tiny people, then he makes the Brobdingnagian as
Yes.
giants,
Yes.
then
And in
he
the
will
beginning,
tell
I
us
thought
about
I thought Probdigning without mistakes, but you know, it's the same. But you know,
yeah.
maybe in another country, another situation, but also have mistake in many time. Also, a big mistake, you know, in many time in novels, like the dialogue with
Yes. Yes.
animals and executing the monkey. You know, many things prove it. This kind of people also the same with the
Yes,
Lilliputian.
Muhammad, he just wants to show us that whatever size, whatever morality, whatever honesty, virtue, behavior, traditions, people are the same. Okay, they have something good inside.
So
They have
why
something bad
specifically why
inside.
giants?
Why
Giants?
giants?
Yes.
Can
We
I
have
answer, Muhammad,
we have
Professor?
just answered this question by Ali. I think we have just answered it. Yes, Ali.
Yes, I think I know what Muhammad mean. Muhammad, I think Swift want to show us or to express actually that the moral follows the acts, the actions.
Yes.
Okay, if your
Ali,
actions, yes,
please, can you repeat your answer because I couldn't hear you? Yes.
okay. I think
Yeah.
Swift want to express something that the moral, okay, follow the acts, the actions.
Yes.
Okay, if the actions is like mean or bad behavior, your morality, your size, like your morality, okay, like your behavior, okay.
You mean there is
If
a
you,
connection between size and
yes,
morality?
yes, there is a connection. Yes. So if you are, if your actions, okay, are bad or something, yeah, like you didn't do anything make you bigger, okay, in your soul, in behavior, in your actions, anything. And
Yes.
if you are generous, kind, your size, the inner size, are giant, is giant. Sorry. Okay, it's maybe it's like a shadow of our a reflection of our
Reflection.
bodies.
Yes.
Yes,
May I?
it's
Yes.
like a reflection.
May I
Yes.
comment?
Yes. Good, Ali.
May I
Yes,
comment, Professor?
Muhammad. Yeah.
Thank you, my classmate Ali. I see and I know all these points and read it in the novels. But you know, also the Lilliputian was generous with Gulliver. You know, maybe more generous than Probdigning, because it was, you know, more and more food to food Gulliver more than Probdigning. You know, it was difficult for
That's
Lilliputian
for
to
benefit,
food
Muhammad, for
Gulliver and
benefit.
yes. Also, with Probdigning, I see Probdigning without good behavior. You know, it's also dialing him like a puppet, like a doll. Also, the farmer wants to make money buying for the king. Also, you know, many things. The woman dialing with the Gulliver the bad way. You know, he mentioned of many things about the dialing woman with Gulliver. You know. Also, if we want to focus on the behavior of Brobdogning, dealing with animals, you know, and the
Yes.
accident with Wonky, it was something bad for, you know, bad behavior for Brobdogning, you know, executing the monkey because you know, he just, you know, was play in the palace, you know. So in many details, I see Brobdogning like Lilliputian without behavior, without morality. From my point of view, maybe I don't know.
But there is a difference between them. We will tackle this at the end of the book.
Different
We
just in
will make
situation, Professor.
we will make a kind of comparison between the four travels. okay, and you will see the difference between them. We'll try to make a kind of
maybe
comparison.
from my opinion, I don't know. I read it to the end. I see the same, but you know, in the different situation. You know, a person bad and another person bad, but this person have another situation than the second. You know, but the same. Maybe the Lilliputian was someone support him in the war with the Pilfisco, but
Yes.
Brobdogning don't need that. Also, he's tiny, so use it for funny. Use it for, you know, just
Yeah,
for
I understand you.
a doll.
I got you.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe if
Can
he
I add
if he
something?
appearance like another not tiny, also Brobdogning use it for the same thing, for the war.
Yes, right.
But that's individual behavior, Muhammad.
Yeah, we have commented
when he
about
was
this
in,
yesterday.
yes, when he was in the Lilliputian, we see the all the people have the same behavior. Okay, they are mean. He
That's the
describes
point.
them.
That's
The
the point.
Lilliputians, they are mean.
Exactly.
But
Have
here,
the same behavior.
yes,
So why giant and the other tiny? Why have the same?
They are symbols, Muhammad. They are symbols. He just
Symbols
seek for
for what,
variety.
Professor? Simple for what?
Everyone,
It's also bad. Also bad people.
it's
Simple
not
for
only
what?
from the point of view of badness or goodness. We have many things. We talked about many things concerning the Lilliputians and also the Brobdingnagians. So he just seek for a kind of variety in showing his material. This is the first thing. The second thing, he just want to say, I mean, the idea of Ali, that concerning the physical shape, morality, how they are interconnected with each other. So this is the variety. If he will use all of them in the same level, the same size, so it will be not interesting. Okay, it will be something normal, maybe boring. Okay, so what do you think?
Can I ask something?
Yes, Nabi.
I think Gulliver is important in the court, in the Brobdingnagians, but being
Yes.
treated as a bit is all his fault, or we can say like 75% on him, because he never demonstrate his personality and power and free will. He never respond to order. He never refuse an order. Who know what will happen if he did that? It's
Yes.
not all the Brobdingnagians' fault.
Yes.
It's on
yes.
him
Good.
as well.
Good. Thank you very much, Nabi. Muhammad, now,
Yes, Professor.
the answer convince you or still?
No, Professor, I understand, but you know, sometimes you understand something, but you didn't, you know, you didn't.
You
I
cannot
don't know.
express it?
Yes, you cannot, but you don't. You just say. I just say. All of them, both of them, the Lilliputian, and if you want to compare between this people and this people, both of them is the same, you know, without morality. From my point of view, and
this is the point, Muhammad. إنه whatever size, whatever morality, whatever actions, people
it's a trouble.
represent their individuality. Okay.
It's a trouble
so
inside
Professor,
the human.
why? Sorry.
Muhammad,
Sorry.
I think it's a trouble inside the human.
Yes.
Here, Swift, it's like his report about the human. Okay, you want to add something. Okay, you want to put his idea. Okay, with the others. Okay, that the human is a different. We see. Okay, this is my search about the human. Okay,
Yes.
this is a simple idea. Okay,
Yes, good.
So
Good.
that's the point, the idea.
Yes. So this is very important question. I want you all to read about it and to express it according to what you have mentioned. I like your ideas all. Yes, Fatma.
Hello, Professor, and
Hello,
hello,
Fatma.
everyone.
Hello.
Well, Professor, I read the novel, so sometimes there is details I really want to mention them. when they tell Gulliver, the giant take Gulliver, and they start looking in his body, and they want to find out what he is, what kind of the creatures he is, and
Yes.
they looking for him. They have no idea what he is. So it's the same idea for Gulliver when he watched the tiny people, and now he's the tiny person also. Some of them said he's an animal, and another said maybe he's not an animal, maybe he's just a small of us. They tried to check his hands, his legs, his teeth, and said he's just like the other animals whom feeding on meat, but he don't have 4 legs to run on. He has just only 2. And why he is so weak? And that make them, they don't realize what he is. It's the same idea. He didn't realize what kind of the creatures they are, the tiny people, and they are
Yes.
have no idea, and they treat him like their small animal in the home. So we are half talking. It's the same thing. We are as a human beings. They put how we can say this, the supernatural things. Just want to make explanation for this, and
Yes,
they
and dramatic actions too. Dramatic
yeah,
actions,
it's
dramatic
like
values. Yeah.
the Greek people, when they put the math in many different things, when they don't find explanation from the science, they said, oh, it's just math, it's something supernatural, the nature choose this and choose that, and they have no idea. So they put him in the same side. They don't have the explanation to clarify what he is and how he is, where he is from. So they make him a different creature, maybe not from the natural, it's from supernatural world. Maybe some of people in our day to day when find out there is a different things, even for the creatures, they said it's like a curse, maybe.
Yes.
It's a curse,
Yes.
but they know they have a different opinion, and that's what I meant. We have looking for the different things. We don't accept it as a different. Always we have to find explanation for this.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. Also, there is something important about the idea of woman. Why Jonathan Swift focused on the queen and her speech and her actions? Um, what do you think? Why? Although there's no woman appeared in this novel except his wife, I mean, Gulliver's wife, and it is not mentioned. Nothing is mentioned about her. I mean, details analysis about her. So, what do you think? What is the role of the queen? What is the significance of the queen in this book?
Maybe to mention the women that at this period there is no voice for women. Okay, they can't do anything. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, maybe he want to mention the women or the women is something important in the society.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
They are,
Very good.
yes.
So don't
But it was
forget
the
that
queen during that time. It was the queen during that
even
time.
if she was a queen, even if queen is not important because women
But
at
Swift
that time.
just mentioned for the queen, not the other women.
Yeah, that's right, because there's no woman. This is the question. No woman.
A
Even
queen and the
Gulliver's.
child.
Yeah, the child
Yes.
is another
The
matter,
child, it's
but
maybe
his
a
wife is not
symbol.
mentioned.
Yes,
Yes, the
maybe the
child is
child
another
is
symbol.
like, yes, like a symbol for the emotion, the innocent emotions, okay,
Yeah,
and
yes.
feelings. Maybe
The
we
innocence, the
need,
emotion inside the
yes,
humanity.
yes, we
Yes.
need the woman, or even a child or a daughter. We need the woman because the woman can contain the human, or the man. Okay,
Yes,
the
yes,
man always need a woman. Okay,
yes, yes,
so
good.
that's the side of the emotional, and as you know, the woman at this period cannot write or work or anything. Okay, just for men. Okay,
Yeah,
everything for men. That's maybe something like a shame if she do anything. Okay,
yeah,
like us. Yes.
Just like the Victorian age. Yes.
Yes, the
Yes.
Victorian age. Yes.
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 Yes, that's right. So he just want to shed light on the role of women, the significance of women in society. You know, his work is a satirical work, purely satirical work. So it's a great chance to mention women emotionally, because they are highly emotional. They have the feelings that this feeling is lacking with any other genders, just like, for example, men. So he just want to say that women are important by showing two characters, his wife and the queen. Like his wife is not mentioned too much.
صوت راح عفوا.
راح معك صوت.
It has no role. Yes. You heard me, right?
Now
Just
yes,
now.
now yes, now yes.
Okay. Okay.
Professor, may I?
Yes, Muhammad.
Swift mentioned about the woman just something in maybe in 4 or 5 lines in the novels, just something bad on the woman when describe how the woman and royal plus change their clothes in front of Gulliver. Didn't care about him. Didn't consider him as a man.
This is a kind
standing,
of disrespect
yes,
for
disrespect.
him. Yes.
Standing in
Yes.
front of him. So that's annoyed Gulliver, and also he annoyed from the smell of woman.
Disrespect because they don't think that he is a normal person. He is just like a toy. That's why they don't consider him to be.
But also
man.
when describe something in their body and something, disgusting about something and small, maybe he mentioned for something, I don't know.
Yes, yes, thank you. Then I have another question, which is what happens to Gulliver in the Brobdingnagian. طبعا هذا تعرفوه، تحكون الستوري إنه شنو اللي صار but in a symbolic way. We don't need to answer this question, right? Is it clear what happened to Gulliver in Brobdingnagian?
Summary or all story? From the beginning to
من البداية للنهاية.
يعني لا مو بس يعني it is not
focus on
detailed summary. خلينا نسميها precise summary. Okay. Compact summary. Just the most important points that we have tackled. يعني فقط مو كل شيء تذكرون به.
By the way, Professor, may I?
Yes.
Just to be honest with you, about a few minutes ago, I said with the Brobdingnagian without morality. Just mention for something, maybe the Brobdingnagian have morality about this. The dialogue, most important dialogue between the king and the Gulliver. He was from time of time would discuss with Gulliver about England.
Yes.
So not in the first time when discuss with him. Another time. When discussed with Gulliver, also the king was mockery of them, mockery of England. So Gulliver feels insulted and tries to explain the king a great achievement in England. So he suggested for the king to use the gunpowder in order to gain control anyone who want to control him in the Brobdingnagian.
Yes,
but the
he
king
refused.
But he refused and shocked, and he told him, take care about your life. Don't mention for this gunpowder in this country. So
why?
Because Brobdingnagian didn't want to fight. It's peace people. So this want to peace without fighting.
Because it is just a sign. Okay, something that Swift want to shed light on, as if he want to say that England filled with war, weapon, no safety at all. But Gulliver is just trying to show the king the achievements of England because they disrespect him. The king cannot believe him. Why he cannot believe him?
Because he didn't see gunpowder before this time.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Muhammad.
And he refused and rejected and said to him, "Your life is dangerous if you take care. If you mention about gunpowder in this country, I will kill you."
Yes, so this is
I
important
have another
point,
opinion, if you allow
which
me.
is the war. Yes, Mustafa. War is
Here, Swift.
important.
Yes,
Yes.
Swift describe the Brownian Iceland. It's like an isolated Iceland with a high mountain, and it seems that the people of this Iceland, it's not civilization, not civilization. It's not talk.
Yes,
They
that's
don't know
right.
about the civilization. So when he talk about gunpowder, it's just like a kind of modernity or kind of improvement. So they refuse any kind of improvement, any kind of power. It's just like a satire from this society that the farmer is not thinking well or something like that, or they are not
But he
educated
suggested
well.
Yeah,
for
they
the
are
king.
not educated.
Suggested.
They
Yes,
are
they
not
are not.
educated.
But he
Yeah.
suggested
Yes.
and explained to be in order to control anyone who want to control.
Yeah, yes, and refuse it, and the king refused
And
also.
refuse it,
So it's,
you know.
yeah,
Yes.
that means
Yes.
they refuse any new idea for the improvement or
So they are
development.
restricted, close-minded.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. That's
Yes.
what I mean.
Simple, you know, simple life.
Yes, good. So how is Gulliver cared for on Brobdingnagians؟ أهم تعرفوا هذا السؤال. Okay, how they care for him. بالبداية تحكون عن child, which stands for innocence, purity, peacemakers, and then you have to talk about the farmer, how he is at the opposite of the child, because the farmer stands for the bad giant inside humanity. Then you have to talk about the queen, which stands for the female's emotions and feelings, highly emotional, and also the king and England. فهذا راح يكون الجواب. يعني تقريبا هذني آخر سؤال. Okay, I don't want to take more of your time. What is the message of this trip or of this travel? What is the message of this travel? What is the importance of this travel? What is the significance of this travel? خلصت هذه الترافل. اجى eagle. Okay, there's an eagle who
Escape
takes
with the
Gulliver.
box of Gulliver. Also, we
yeah.
didn't mention for the box of Gulliver. It's most importantly maybe the box of Gulliver. You know, the cage.
Yes. طلاب أنا ما أجي أذكر لكم detailed لأنه بالصباحي الأستاذ ما ياخذ لهم هاي الأشياء. يعني أنا اتصلت بيه ياخذ لهم بس summary وثيمز وهيك، يعني الكتاب كله مو بوك 1 بوك 2 بوك 3 بوك 4. فاحنا نحاول قدر الامكان ناخذ تفاصيل، بس اكيد ما يعني نذكرها كلها. فهواي اشياء مهمه. صحيح محمد، مثلا the eagle symbolize something. There is a stone again. ظهرت الstone, the cage, the box you talked about. So all of these things are very important. Yes, Muhammad. Now, what have you got from this travel? What is the message to reach to you?
In my opinion, maybe Swift want to mention for the people who see themselves a giant, but in fact small without morality. That's maybe
good.
the first point of view. Sometimes some people thought themselves a giant, perfect in society, but in fact wasn't perfect. In fact, have many mistakes in many times.
Yes,
that's the first.
Good.
Thank you. That's maybe in modern point of view, but maybe during that time, Swift maybe want to compare the other European country, maybe Germany and French, you know, comparing with the England society. He mentioned Probdigian to the about you know, Germany or French or Dutch people, and the reputation. It was reflect for the England people, but Probdigning another country, European country. Sorry.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much. Any other view, message, lesson you get from this?
May I?
Yes.
Yes, I think he kind of give an idea about the side city, the side country, or the countryside, that the people living there with their civilization or that they out of the civilization, and less education, and that's make the court control them in the way that they want. So
Yes.
just kind of message for that. Yes.
Good. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yes. Any other one? يمكن علي غادر.
العفو أستاذ، والله فصل عندي النت.
شفتك غادرت ورجعت. Yes, I have just asked them about what is the message behind this travel.
For the
Brodignanians, yes. خلصنا وبعدك ما حفظت اسمه.
موسيقى صيام ما شيء على الفطور صيام.
Yes. Yes,
I think Professor, he mentioned a lot of things from the moral, as Mustafa said, the island, the Iceland people. Okay, there are isolated people. Okay, not civilized. It's maybe, as I said, it's like a travel to search about the truth, about the human, okay, or the humanity, about the sizes or it's like his report for a human. As I said, it's maybe he wants to show us or to prove that the humans, okay, maybe have how can I say?
Yes.
Maybe have that there is no relation, okay, or not correlation between the moral and the bodies, the physical bodies, okay.
Yes.
So maybe he shows that at the first he described the tiny people, and now he describes the giant people, okay, but the moral still the same, okay, and it's follow the actions, okay, your behavior, what you do, okay, and maybe if you are a modern society,
yes,
okay, now if you are maybe you have another a different behavior, you will be a different man, okay, like mean or bad behavior. But now if you are a simple like a farmers or still in the same point, you are not moved with the development, okay, that the society forced you, so you can stay a kind man, a generous man. You doesn't have the you don't reflect by the environment surround you or around you, okay. You still in the same point. Maybe that's the point, I don't know. Yes.
May I, Professor, just comment on any opinions? Just
yes, of course.
Before your comments, can I do mine, please?
Yes. Okay, Naba.
Okay. In my opinion, the message from the whole book, it's about not in general, but specific about Gulliver. It's about Gulliver behavior, because the kind of society that Brodigans are and the Little Beauty were, it's how Gulliver acts with them. I think the message is, don't be like Gulliver, because in some points he's just following order. Another point, he rejects put his moral and principles behind him and want to teach the king the gunpowder in order to make wars, while in the Reputation he were against war. So even Gulliver has his own flaws and his own mistakes. So maybe the message from the whole book is in Gulliver himself and how we will act in such situations, but in the real world with the real people, not the exaggerating of people as in Brodigans or Lilliputian.
Very good and very nice. Nice.
Yes. You mean there is message?
Exactly. It's two sides.
Okay.
It's two
and
sides.
How he
Gulliver
will deal
and
with
the others.
Society.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the society in general. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
بقى محمد بعد لازم ينطي من رايه، بعد ينطي رايه
لا براحتكم ماكو مشكلة
He's
عادي.
contrasting himself.
عادي عادي.
متنابئ أستاذ.
لا عادي بالعكس
yes.
هي خطية يعني ما تلاحق أكيد شغل
Okay.
البيت وكذا. أوكي العفو sorry.
Yes, Muhammad.
Just I want to
You
comment
want to add?
about just about comment or about my classmate Ali Amr. Maybe I hear you. He said there's no connect between the behavior and the body. Maybe I hear that.
Yes,
there is no
Muhammad.
connection between the behavior and the body.
But
yes.
you know,
correlation, not correlation.
I respect your opinion, but I disagree with you because all the second and also the first, specifically the second adventure, it was about this point. You know why the beginning dialing Gulliver like a puppet, because he was tiny, so the behavior connected with the body, connected with the size of body. You know. Why he dialing him like
our
animal,
behavior,
like animal, not like a man, an ordinary man?
Muhammad, he mentioned the human's behavior. He is talking generally.
Generally,
No,
I took that.
Yes,
Yes.
not individually.
I said that generally. Yes, your point is good about if you are not giant, you can't deal with Gulliver like a pet. Okay.
Also,
you will treat him like
yes.
An ordinary man. Yes, but
just for fun.
Yes, he want to. It's like a sport, Muhammad. It's a sport. He want to show that if you are tiny, it's you have a behavior, and if you are giant, you have a behavior, and the behavior itself, it doesn't. I mean, if you are giant, will be strong and maybe harsh.
Okay, I got it. Yes, no, I got it. Understand? Yes.
Okay.
Understand.
If you are tiny, you will be
another thing.
like
understand you. Thank you. Understand you. I thought you said another thing. Thank you. Yes, I understand you.
Yes. Okay, guys, thank you very much. And this is a good conclusion from Ali. Okay. Thank you very much for your participation, for your ideas. It is really amazing ideas. I like all of your ideas and your views. Inshallah, we will meet next week with the third travel. Yes.
The
with
best
third
lecture.
Travel. Yes, it will be for the Laputa. We will see what kind of people and their traditions and everything about them. So till next week, thank you very much and see you inshallah next week. Bye.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Bye.